The Broccoli Empire's great heroes during the potato battles were the Elder Tree Guards. They had extended their lifespan with mycelium biotech and became mighty warriors over the ages. Their leader was Arim. He trained a young tree guard named Vireo to be the best in Broccolarian martial arts. However, despite Vireo's prowess on the battlefield, he fell to a potato captain. Arim saw his star pupil losing blood and began a transfusion of his own everlasting life force, which was of a mycelium iron mixture. Arim gave his life to save this young guard. Vireo awoke to find his mentor breathing his last breaths. In a fury, he single-handedly defeated an entire platoon of Potatans. That day, Vireo became known as Iron Stem. Once the Potatans were defeated, the Elder Guards permanently entered the mycelium realm, their duty being finished now that their leader was gone. Iron Stem remembered this as he flew across the stars in the Broccoli mothership. Facing the Primordial Flower of the Broccolarians, Iron Stem decided he should touch it, as his mentor's last words were to protect the great cauliflower tree at all costs. Now that the tree was burned by the Carrot Empire, he felt that he needed the full power of Broccolaria. He opened the pod, and upon touching the flower, was surrounded by a light and energy beyond anything he could have imagined. Suddenly he felt the power of 1,000 gods surge through him, and with it, a determination to see the carrots fall. The mushroom villages of the mycelium jungle were a part of the worlds of sentient plant life since the beginning of time. They were interdimensional travelers of the mycelium mind that also lived in the terrestrial planes. They were known as Mycelians, and while the ancient ones explored the quantum mycelium realms of the many worlds and communicated to sentient plant elders in a harmonious fashion, there were many young Mycelians that preferred to stay rooted on one planet while receiving such intergalactic information from the ancients. These young Mycelians would then share this crucial information with the Broccolarians and other sentient plant clans. The Mycelians had eyes all over the planet, but they only took a bodily form deep in the mycelium jungle, which kept their physical manifestation hidden from the unworthy. This is where they tended to have friendships with wandering radishans, who sought only to gather and tell stories. One day, a radishan and a Mycelian were exchanging stories of the inner realms of Broccolaria, when they felt the presence of Verdea, the last daughter of the Broccolarians, approach. It was this Mycelian's duty to guide her into the inner terrestrial realms and show her who she truly was. The Broccoli Empire's priestesses lived in a subtle form within inner Broccolaria, as was revealed to the Broccolarian princess Verdea, who was led by a Mycelian villager to the mycelium nexus. From this point, the vast expanse of inner Broccolaria could be entered. Verdea had to root into the mycelium, which induced a trance state that dissolved her outer consciousness until she was transported to a new world. For most sentient plant beings, this took decades, but Verdea was a natural. The enchanting vistas of inner Broccolaria were revealed to her for the first time. Once she had settled into this inner consciousness, she was brought face to face with a Broccolarian priestess. Voices soon revealed themselves.
Do not worry about us, child, for the priestesses of every age live within you, always accessible through the mycelium mind. Only our external bodies were burned. As long as you still live, so shall we. Your quest, however, is paramount. You must reach Iron Stem and show him that we survive. He doesn't understand the inner realms, and his misguided dependence on the outer realms may leave our kind forever in shame and ruin. You must reach the Grand Mycelium portal, from which point you can access the entire galaxy. You will be guided on this perilous journey by a radishan who will lead you to the last ginger root wizard and a dragon fruit dragon, the two most powerful beings on the planet who guard the portal.
The ancient mycelium gates became mysterious ruins of the planet of sentient plants. Only a couple were remembered as dormant portals. The aubergines watched over one of them in the west. In the east, the mountain golems of the Potato Kingdom guarded theirs with caution due to their feud with the Broccoli Empire. In the mycelium jungle, one of these portals needed to be entered by the Princess Verdea of the Broccoli Empire. Along with her radishan guide, they took the risk and went through the Myco Gate that transported one to the other side of the sand-swept mountains. The Potato mountain golems were vigilant and would not let even the smallest of sentient plants slip by unnoticed. Verdea was apprehended at the portal and led by these golems into the cavernous kingdom of the Potato clan. They were taken deeper and deeper into the subterranean realm with no explanation. Verdea could only pray to the priestesses that she would be protected. Eventually, Verdea and the Radishan were presented before the Potato Kingdom's nobility, who would decide her fate. The subterranean Potato Clan and its nobility had a meeting deep underground, where they surrounded the last princess of the Broccoli Empire. They interrogated her, letting her know that she better have a good reason for being there, considering the bitter age-old feud between their dynasties. It was her Radishan guide who answered them in song. He sung them the tale of the Empire of Carrots from the west, who had seared all before them with flame and travesty. The great cauliflower tree itself having been burned, the carrots had conquered the world. The Potatans were in shock and horror upon hearing this. Some battle-hardened warriors even shed tears. They explained that never in 1,000 years could they have imagined this. Despite their differences, the Potato Kingdom lived by a code of honor, and they respected the Broccoli Empire for upholding chivalrous combat during their battles. The Potato Clan never would have burned the tree. They also had respect for the arcane wisdom of the Broccoli priestesses. Now they wanted nothing more than to see this monstrous carotenoid empire fall, even if it meant reforging a relationship with the last enclave of beetroot warriors at the other side of the sand-swept mountains. It would take a historic alliance between enemies to be able to defeat this menace of the planet. The Potato Clan even decided that they would escort Verdea closer to the Grand Mycelium portal, as they understood their fate was somehow wrapped up with hers. If you would like to help this sentient plant galaxy grow to epic proportions, there are some options to consider in the link in the description. Thanks for watching.